A very common practice and skill that is comes in handy a lot playing video games is button mashing. Being able to consistently and quickly press the same button repeatedly over and over again. Particularly, I've been speedrunning Final Fantasy VII lately, and this is a game where like it's very important to be able to mash the button quickly to get through the text, but also to be able to do it consistently and healthily and over a long period of time without getting tired. And the way that I have devised to do this is the double thumb technique, which I actually learned from playing Hatsune Miku Project Diva. That's a game where you very often have to repeatedly hit a certain face button over and over again, but the game also lets you use the D-pad in place, so you can go like triangle up, triangle up, triangle up. And when I played a lot of Miku, I noticed that I stopped making it a thumb motion, and at some point I started just rotating the controller like this, to where I'm just kind of holding my thumbs in place, and when I rotate my arms this way, it hits triangle, and this way it hits up, and just kind of moving the controller back and forth doing that, right? And, you know, you can go pretty well doing that. Now, turns out, though, if you just bring this thumb over here, you can do the same motion over the same button. It's a bit of a stretch for the thumb, though. It's a little bit easier to pull this off on like Square or using a different controller, like the A button of a GameCube controller or something. So for a while, it didn't really help me in FF7, where you need to go all the way over to circle, until I realized the tech, right, for how to mash circle is to take that same concept, but when it's time to mash, bring this hand up like this and kind of grab this part of it, right? And kind of angle the controller this way. So it's just a quick motion of switching between two ways of holding the controller. And when it's like this, hold both your thumbs so that I kind of have thumbnails, which helps me a lot with this. I don't know if you necessarily need it. But generally over here, I'm using my fingers to kind of put a bit of pressure on this part of my hand to keep it rigid. And then it's the same idea of rotating, like moving your arms like this to rotate the controller, right? And each time you do it, you get a press with each thumb. So if we slow it down, it looks like this. And again, I'm not moving my thumbs. I'm moving my arms to kind of rotate the whole controller. Yeah? And so when I'm speedrunning, this is what I'm doing. Switch back to gameplay. Switch back to mashing. Gameplay. Mashing. Right? And you can tell how effective this is by the destruction of my circle button over the last couple of months. Not all circle buttons do this. I've done this on many different controllers. This is the only one where it's been where the circle button started caving in. But there you go. That's how I mash circle.